Hello and welcome to another weekly update. This one I'm going to keep quite short with apologies for both the audio and the video quality. I'm currently at the airport waiting to go to Microsoft Ignite 2019. This week I think it's going to be a bit of a Ignite prediction week. Again, there's no real news. Everyone's holding back their news really to announce at Ignite. But if you are at Ignite and if you're not at Ignite, there's still plenty of things to read in the preparation for probably Microsoft's largest conference of the year. So let's get into it. So first of all, I want to call out the All About 365 podcast and their latest episode with Tony Redmond. I spoke to Tony Redmond a couple of weeks ago actually, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But Tony's really knowledgeable about this industry, about Exchange, SharePoint, Teams. He's been in the industry, for a number of years, and he sort of really knows what he's talking about. And it was really interesting to hear him talk to Stephen Jay about Teams migrations, about e-discovery, but also what to expect at Ignite 2019. So that's the bit that was really interesting for me to see what Tony thinks Microsoft are going to talk about at Ignite, where the pain points are, where Microsoft could make changes, what they might announce, what's new, what's not going to change. So I thought that was really worth watching or listening to. So that's definitely worth covering, especially if you're travelling to Ignite. You can download it and listen to it on the plane, for instance. Alright, so second thing I want to call out. So Matt Landis has a blog, and every year he does some really good notes on Ignite every time he goes. So he puts up like a placeholder page and then fills it out over time. So the placeholder page is now out, so I've linked to it in the notes. So I would suggest you go and bookmark it and refresh it throughout the week, because Matt will keep it updated with news as it happens. That's always a really good one to look at. By the way, Matt often does reviews of stuff of devices as well. He's often good in writing up and covering the news as well, so that's another, you should keep an eye on his website as well, because there's lots of good stuff happening there. Okay, also other things happening. So this is interesting, it's happened kind of a couple of days before Ignite, and that is that the new Microsoft project is rolling out to customers worldwide. So this is a blog post Microsoft have done, Jared Spataro, and why am I telling you about projects? Project's not that interesting. The reason I'm telling you about project is that there's good integration with Teams as well by the look of it. Looking just at the screenshots and just at the text of that press release, it looks like there's good integration between projects and Teams. So if you're a Teams developer, if you're supporting organisations and users on the Teams stack and the Office 365, expect them to start maybe coming to project a bit more than they do already. If they're coming over from old project into new project, it might be worth digging up and having a look at the API support, the integration with Teams, and seeing if there's places where you can add value as a line of business developer. And finally, I'm going to call out a YouTube playlist that I've put together that covers all of my Microsoft Ignite 2019 videos. Now I know I've done quite a few in the run up to Ignite, and I've got loads more planned for the actual week of Ignite. So there's a couple of places you're going to want to go. The first is my YouTube playlist, which I have put a link to in the show notes, and the other is the official Microsoft Ignite live stream. So aka.ms/msignite live stream. That's where you can go to get all the information from Monday through Thursday, everything that's happening. That live stream will be running all day Eastern time, so you can always get it. All the recordings for all the sessions are going to be available. There's a plethora of information. Obviously we've got the big announcement on Monday, so a big vision keynote I guess you call it, with Satya. There'll be a slew of announcements I imagine come out of that. So a couple of different places you can go to that live stream, because there'll be pre and post analysis of the vision keynote. There will be the big new announcements will be recovered as well, or you can keep on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. The hashtag for Ignite this year is #MSIgnite. I think that's everything. I need to go and get on a plane, but I will. If you're going to be at Ignite, I will see you in Orlando. If you are not, please keep up with everything that's going on. Keep up on Twitter, keep up on the blogs, keep up on that live stream. It's really, really rich for non-attendees this year, or remote attendees, I should call you really. Non-attendees is a bit rude. It's really, really rich for remote attendees. There's loads and loads of information at your fingertips, so enjoy it, and I will speak to you again next week.